I am actually going live from a very raw setup today because I wanted to show you that it's possible. If you are using video or wanting to use video and maybe getting stuck, procrastinating your way through the concept of using video to grow your audience, to not only just grow your audience, but to really grow your brand in a way that is full of connection and community and trust and loyalty. And I really wanted to do this. My computer is propped up against my windowsill. I'm not using my fancy 9-camera video studio. I don't have any of that going on. I just wanted to show you that you can actually go live. I could have done it from my phone. You could go live, you could record video. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but it does need to be done. And 2024 is definitely the right time to do so. And I see that I'm okay. Hello, Cheeky Fest. How are you? We announced a brand new 5-day challenge. Actually, it's not new. We've done it before and people freaking flipped over it. They loved it. So we have this 5-day challenge that I wanted to let you know that is available. It's starting on next Friday. I am actually going to be going with you through a process. So you're going to be in a private group of other people who want to learn to use video more confidently and more strategically to be able to grow your brand, to be able to do the things that are going to get you the results that you're looking for with video in 2024. So what's going to happen is I am actually going to walk you through a series of exercises. It's 5 days. It's not a lot of time a day, and it will really just support you in the process of understanding how to build a through line between the business that you have, if you're an entrepreneur, you're a coach or consultant, or you have a product line, whether that's digital or physical, and you want to use video to really connect all of the dots from your content to your business in a more strategic way that will help people move from content to engaged community member. You see everybody here in the comments, and also grow your business. The more you have the ability to do that strategically and intentionally, the more you're able to have a bigger impact, to make a bigger difference in this world. And so that is what this 5-day challenge is all about, is making sure that you are going to learn how to accelerate your brand. So I will walk you through exactly what to say and do. You just have to go live inside of our group and do it. And I have you go live during this process, not recorded video, but typically what we like to do is it forces you to get the job done without editing, without thought, without, overcomplicating it, and just focus on the content, right? So, so I'll answer all your questions. If you have questions, I see you, Weather Mike, I see, hey, Creator Liaison is in here, Stephen Peters, Live Stream Consultants, hello, your tech coach, Bill. So livestreamingpros.com/5 days will get you to register for it. Even if you're doing video, but you're not seeing the results that you want, whether you're just starting out with video or you are doing it, but you're kind of in lackluster results, it's not really doing much intentionally, and you're kind of spinning your wheels, this will give you clarity around the things that you need to do on the content side, on your videos side, in order to make the right decisions, in order to have the impact that you want to grow your business. So if you have questions about this or literally anything else, it's a Saturday stream, as Renee said in the comments. I wanted to hang out with you. I actually had to go to the vet yesterday during my time my normally scheduled, and so I thought, hey, maybe everybody wants to hang out on a Saturday. I don't know, it's snowing here. I'm just looking out my windowsill and all of the snow falling down, so that's making me happy. But yeah, so I had to take this little one to the vet yesterday. Say hi, Abs. There we go. Hi, sweet girl. And just make sure that, anyway, I just wanted to still do our stream this week. So Cheeky Fest says, and I did not adjust the comments. There we go. One of the biggest things holding me back is how I feel about my actual voice and talking. Let me tell you, everybody feels that way. Seriously. Like back when I first started doing videos, I called myself the evil version of me, like, because I hated hearing my voice. And now I hear myself the way you hear me, right? And so, like, as I'm talking now, I know what that sounds like. We actually hear ourselves very differently than the rest of the world just because we're in our own heads. And so this is very normal, it's a very common issue, and it can't stop you. So the thing that I would ask you and implore you to get in touch with, and Cheeky Fest, you've been around this community for quite a while, so if that's still holding you back, then here's what I want you to do. I want you to ask yourself, why is it that you want to do video in the first place? Why is it that you want, what is the difference that you want to make in this world? And why are you wanting to create videos and build a community? When you can really get clear on that purpose behind the videos, then you have much more ability to just get over yourself. And all in love, right? Like, just get over yourself and do it, because the uncomfortableness is going to be there regardless. Like, there's something that's going to be uncomfortable about this process. It's just the way it is. Because anytime you do something new, I don't care if we're talking about doing videos, going live, I don't care if we're talking about riding a bike for the first time, swimming, like whatever. I don't know why I called swimming out, but like, it doesn't matter if you know why you're doing it in the first place, if you have purpose behind it and you're not just thinking, oh, well, everybody does YouTube, so I'm going to do YouTube too, or whatever the thought process is. If you can get clear on the difference that you want to make through videos and the business that you want to run out of the videos, and that reason is so internal, that's what's going to be able to make you get uncomfortable and be comfortable being uncomfortable. Anybody can like vouch for that process? I know that anytime I get like, I don't know, like, I don't want to do this thing that's new to me because it's scary, because we have a fear of failure for sure, right? Everybody does, it's human. But I just always go back to the basics. I always go back to the basics. And that's what this challenge is really designed to help you do, is understand what that reason is, why we're doing this, what is the impact that you want to have, how can you show up for your audience, and who are you talking to, and how are we going to structure that content so that it produces results, not just spinning your wheels. So that's what this challenge does. It's free. It kicks off very soon. So livestreamingpros.com/5 days will get you there. So go register. It's not a lot of time investment, but it will make a big difference for your strategy and content in 2024. Mike says, Luria wants us to go live in Live Streaming Pros. Surprise, surprise. If you're not on board with LSP and want to stream, this is where you need to be. Thank you, Michael. I hope it was a happy vet visit. It wasn't. It was a frustrating vet visit. It's a totally like side note here, but this is part of building a community, right? Is like having these personal conversations within your content, which is something I love to talk about and geek out about. So if you have questions about that, we can totally dig in. But yeah, so she's dealing with some allergies, and we just haven't been able to get it under control. So she's doing fine. It's just a little frustrating when, you can't get something like that fixed because there's just like so many possibilities, and she's a very, 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 very picky eater too, so that makes it harder. Renee, 10 years ago, Luria and I were hosting CES Live, yes, and she was literally teaching me how to engage with chat, build community. I'm extremely grateful to this day. Well, thank you. I'm glad that was helpful. The weather, Mike, yay, snow. I know, snow. foot and a half of ground. No, not here. We have like a quarter of an inch. All right, so what questions do you have about video strategy in 2024 in order to get you to the point where you are strategic, intentional, and it's not just about making money. That's a part of it, because when we make money, we have the ability to stay in business and have a bigger impact and make a bigger difference. But doing it in such a way that allows you to really connect with people and build this trust and this community and see the results. I was talking about this yesterday. I've built my business, and I was talking to our accelerator program students about this a little bit, because we were talking about like, what products do you sell? Do you want to do courses? Do you want to do coaching? Do you want to have a physical product line? Like, how do you want to serve the world? And I was talking about the fact that I'm an Enneagram 3, for those of you who know, you know, but one of the things that means is that you need to see the difference. I need to see people getting the results. And so that's one of the reasons I love live, because of the conversation. It's one of the reasons I love coaching that I do inside of our accelerator program, because I get to see the results. I get to see Dorian coming in with a channel that's under 1,000 subscribers and wishy-washy as and there's just no clear direction. And now, gosh, I don't even know, he's at way above 15K subscribers, and his business is thriving and growing, and he's building his team bigger, and there's so much positive impact that he's having on his students and his community. It's like, for me to be able to see that, it just lights up my world, and it's the reason that I show up day in and day out. If I'm feeling pretty good about growth, should I still do the 5-day challenge? So Dean, you have gone through some of our accelerator program content around the intentionality of the content. If you feel like you have impact, so here I'm going to say two things. One, if you know that you're driving forward and you are just going strong and you're seeing the impact and the results that you're looking for, keep going. Just like focus in, dig in, and keep going. When I'm in those zones, I like shut off the world and I just go, right? The other part of that is we absolutely see that people who are feeling good and positive still go through this challenge and see some big results and things click when they go through these 5 days of exercises, because it just forces you to get super clear on certain things that a lot of people skip. So what I would say is, that's totally your choice. Obviously, I mean, it's a free challenge. It's gonna be your choice, but the more you engage with it and the more you do it with a fresh and open mind from where you are today, the bigger results that it can serve you. Okay. Like, the people who've known me for a long time in my life know that I am a listener. Like, I grew up shy, the shyest person that you would ever meet. And nobody believes me when I say that now. But I listened. I was always just a listener, and I never talked. And I still, to this day, in my personal life, I talk less than I listen. But part of being able to make a difference in the world, and the way I love to make a difference, is to talk, is to share, is to encourage, is to do the video content. And that allows me to see people grow, day in and day out around our community. Okay, let's see. Hello, how are you? Funny, that's autocorrect changes it to Lucia, which is funny because my name was supposed to be Lucia, and my parents fiddled around with the name and changed the C to an R, but spell check will still do this often. I find that funny. Yes, the best way to learn is to do. You don't get anywhere without doing, right? We can think, we can plan, and we can talk all we want. But yeah. doing is the imperfect action. I just encourage our students constantly, imperfect action, imperfect action. Let's just go. Let's do something. It's going to suck. It's going to be wrong, quote unquote, right? But nothing is really wrong as long as you're making progress. People relate to the content, the authenticity, and even the imperfections. Just imagine you're talking to a friend. That's what I do. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Nicholas, for sharing your thoughts and your tips. I love when this community kind of comes it together and just like shares your own thoughts. Like, I'm not the only one, as you heard, like I do this because I have purpose behind it. I don't do it to talk. I don't do it to hear myself listen, and I don't ever think I'm the smartest person in the room. So I love, love, love when we all connect as a community here on these streams and you're able to share your own experiences. Yes, exactly. Chris, no day. Your customer layovers brought the snow. Yeah, totally. That's funny. Dave, Luria is constantly pushing me, constantly. You had to say that twice. Pushing me to do new things, and it turns out I can. I just learned to trust her judgments and my abilities over my own. And sometimes that's why I love doing these challenges, because when you do come into the challenge, it's free, it's 5 days. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to say and do. But when you come in, it's a community of people who are working on the same things you are and likely dealing with the same imposter syndrome, fear, struggles that you are. And that enables you to feel more comfortable and allow yourself to do what Dave is talking about here. Allow me to see your magic. Allow me to push that out in you and give you somebody that does trust that you have the capabilities to do the thing that's in your heart to do, but you're just getting in your own way. And that's not just me. The whole community comes together to support each other with this exercise. And that's one of my favorite things about it. And that's why I do what I do, is really just I'm a mirror. That's how I look at myself and my work. I'm your mirror, and I can see the things in you and the potential and the existing capabilities where you can't, or where you struggle to. And that's why I show up every day, is to be that mirror, to show you how fully capable you are of doing whatever it is in your heart that you want to do. And video, of course, we know is one of the most powerful ways to actually do that and to build that community, to release your inner magic that you just might be struggling to let out because of societal pressures, because of somebody telling you once in your life that you can't. Believe me, I know that drill, and I got over it, and I want you to get over it too. Okay. Yes. I had to learn it from Luria while live on CES show floor with 1,000 people in chat interviewing the VP of Samsung. Yeah, no pressure. That was stressful, but super effective, I'm sure. Well, that's so when I first started learning video, like I said, I hadn't ever been on camera. I wasn't interested in talking. I wasn't interested in being the the center of attention, right? Like, I hate being the center of attention. And in order to do video, you've got to kind of do that. You've got to kind of be that for a bit, right? While you're doing the video or the live stream. And I learned in a high pressure stakes environment to get off prompter, heavy script, heavy preparedness. Prepared, yes, but not overly prepared, because that's the way I ran it when I first started doing videos for myself and my own audience. And then I got invited to do a TV show. Some of you know that story. And it was live to drive. It was live to tape at that time because I'm old. But what we call live to drive now. No editing. Like, you just go. If you make a mistake, you go. And when I got done with that, I got through it. Everybody said I did an amazing job. However, I felt so uncomfortable internally. I was just cringing at how uncomfortable I felt in that high stakes environment. And I got home and I was like, I'm going to learn to do this. Like, I am going to push through and figure it out. And so I, just want to encourage you that no matter what you're going through, no matter what fears you have, like, sometimes putting yourself under pressure can actually get the job done faster. And so that's part of why we run the challenge the way we run it, is have you go live inside of this group. It's a private, judgment-free zone, and it just allows you to step out of that comfort zone that you're in right now and level up so that you can go out in 2024 and really hit the ground running and really get the results that you're looking for. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot I was on this channel. I got us up. Wait, what? What, Mike? That's a good, yes, that's a great quote, right? If you take care of the top line, the bottom line will take care of itself. If you have a transformative experience, the money will come. I do find that to be true. I also find that it's important to understand how those things do connect, though, so that your content isn't making it harder to get that end result of the growth, financially speaking, right? Oh, you know Lucia? Nice. She's 6. That's awesome. I might be the most curious person in the room, and that is very powerful. So when you're curious and you lead with that in your content, guess what? You can do, I knew a guy, one of our students years ago, he led with curiosity in his content, and he didn't know anything. He wanted to learn, I think it was quilting or knitting. I think it was knitting. He wanted to learn knitting, but he didn't know anything. So he went live and built a community around him that not only, he would actually go live learning to knit, and he would have people who also wanted to learn to knit and who already knew how to knit, and they would all communicate together. They would all support each other. And when that curiosity is forthright and front and center, that can be an incredibly powerful way to build a business, to build the content, to build the community, and to grow. Okay, Mike, I just started this channel because I love weather. Oh, you forgot you were on this account. That's what you meant. I just figured it out. Okay. I was like, how do you not know that you're on my channel? I got you. Because you love weather, doing videos every day. How often would a live show fit? So it depends on your overall strategy, depending on the platform as well. So here's what we have found to be generally true. There are some outliers of this strategy, but generally speaking, kind of across the board, if you're on YouTube, I'm talking about YouTube because I'm streaming to YouTube, so I'm assuming that you're going to YouTube at this point. So you look at your content on YouTube in a way of discovery, right? And so there are different ways that people can discover your content and your channel. And it's really not channel focused, it's really content, video based. And so what you want to do is have a multi-format strategy that allows you to be discovered in different ways, right? We've got browse discovery, which is really content that people are, going to find from other sources, like on the homepage, and basically YouTube's algorithm is saying, hey, this viewer tends to like this kind of content, and this might be a good fit for this viewer, and it shows your content. Now, then you have search-based discovery, right? And so then those videos are things like my tutorials. I don't know, on a weather, it depends on what approach you're taking to weather. Are you just talking about current weather? Are you doing what is the content based around other than weather? How are you approaching that? Are you talking about big weather things going on? Or are you talking about how weather works, right? There are multiple approaches to the same topic. And so anyway, you want to really think about discovery from those different ways. And then you also have the live aspect of it that you were asking. And from the live capability, that will help you connect deeper with your audience. You can grow an audience on live. It's just, it's much more difficult because it's not targeted and kind of because it doesn't actually, you have to be really strategic in order for live to grow your audience. Really, really strategic. And you have to develop the audience that likes live first versus high quality recorded videos, if that makes sense. Thank you, Einar, for your super sticker. Appreciate you. So if you have not gone in and gotten registered for the 5-day challenge, it's free coming up. Kathleen posted that in the comments, and you can go to livestreamingpros.com/5day. Get registered. We kick that off next week. And if you have questions, I'm answering any questions you have about your video strategy for 2024. How are you going to grow your community, your channel, your business out of that? How are you going to be intentional about moving forward so that 2024 is the year of growth instead of more spinning the wheels, more procrastination? Thank you. The group is amazing. You will thank yourself for joining the 5-day challenge. I joined when it was a 30-day challenge. Yes. Oh, and I saw somebody ask, so here's the interesting thing about Lita. So if you've been around my community for a while, you know that we used to run a challenge for many, many, many years called Lita Live Every Day in August or April. And that was such a powerful challenge. We did look at, so we kind of took what was really powerful about Lita and built a 5-a-day version of that with a little bit more intentionality and driven results. And when we ran this 5-day challenge last year, people flipped and they said it was very, very powerful in terms of getting clarity on their video strategy. And I even had, this is going to sound like I'm like showboating, but it blew my mind when this comment came in, and multiple people said this through the challenge last year, that they had paid $2,000, $3,000 programs and didn't get the kind of results that we delivered in a free 5-day challenge around the same topics. And I was floored and flabbergasted and just so humbled and honored to hear that. And so that's what this 5-day challenge will get you, is those kinds of clarity and those results to get really intentional about your 2024 video strategy. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. You monetized. Yes, I'm so excited for you. Congratulations. That's amazing. Okay. Let's see. I never wanted to, but it's a good thing. I've been a member for 3 years. Awesome. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I hope Lita will run again in April. So we're really focusing on this version of the challenge just because it is, sorry, I'm just going through comments here. Just because it is proven to be even more powerful in getting results. And so while Lita had, a very emotional, raw response, we're looking at other ways, and I will just give you a little sneak peek. We're looking at other ways to get some of the other aspects of Lita in, but no information about that just yet. I'm working on some really cool projects for this year for sure. I just cannot wait. Okay. People have complained about the number of questions I asked before I learned that they weren't my people. Yeah, totally, right? Like, they are not your people. JV in the house. I'm actually regressing a bit. Okay, looking more towards the pre-recorded, saving the live stuff for questions, answers, breaking topics, along with my latest passion of article and written works. Fantastic. That's not regressing. That's not regressing. Like, I know that we're called live streaming pros here, but my belief is recorded video, all formats of video are really imperative to an overall video strategy. Now, what I don't want you to do is get overwhelmed having to create all of these different forms of video. Like, that's not helpful to anyone. It's not helpful to your audience. It's not helpful to you. You burn out. And by the way, there is a lot of burnout going on in the industry, and I have experienced it myself. I had some of it last year as well. And one of the things that this challenge will help you do is gain clarity on that strategy, that intentionality, so that you have less opportunity to burn out, right? Because when you know, how are you going to, like, what are you trying to build in the first place? And sometimes that pivots over time, for sure. And you can reset at that time. But you need to know what it is you're building towards. You need to know how you're building that, whether, what is it that you want to do? Do you want to rely on AdSense, on platform monetization? Do you want to build out something that the content is helping you sell courses? Are you a coach? Do you have a membership? Do you have a physical product line? We have a lot of our students in Accelerator program that have physical products, right? And Kanisha with her hair care product line, she's killing it, right? And so when you know what that end result is, you can build your content and build a community of connection that has that pure line towards it, right? But between content to business, you know what it is that you're building towards. That gives you clarity to make the right decisions on the content side. Without that, it is a lot of fumbling around, and it is a lot of like, maybe this will work, maybe this won't, we don't know, right? Like, so yeah, it's very helpful to have those two things in what's the word I'm looking for? In sync. We'll just call it in sync. And I'll just start playing in-sync songs in my head. The YouTube algorithm likes a blend of live and uploaded and long, medium, and short form. So when we talk about the algorithm, and this is a big thing when it comes to content strategy, when you talk about the algorithm, what you're really talking about is people. And so when you say this, and I just want to highlight this, because it's a really good, so I think it's really good statement, and a little bit of nuance is involved here, right? And so you have different people who want to watch content in different ways. So you've got people who love live, and people here show up every single week for our live streams because you love the connection and the conversation and the community. You also have people who will never watch a live stream. It's just not their thing. Or maybe they will if there's a big event, but it's not going to go into their regular schedule. They much prefer long form video on YouTube, which is like, over a minute. But like, then you have short form content under a minute. And you have these different people who are interested in these different types and formats of content, and at the different times that they want to watch it. I say this way too often. Everybody knows about my toilet habits apparently at this point in life. But like, I watch short form content on the toilet, right? Like shorts or TikToks really for me. But like, that's a place and time where I watch that kind of content, right? And trying not to do it when I go to bed at night too. But that's really important to understand about the algorithm, aka people, the humans who are driving the algorithm's choices, which is you've got to meet people where they are when they want to be there. And so I think it's Todd from YouTube who says, the algorithms. The point of the algorithm, its job is to find the right content for the right person in the right moment. And so if you think about it like that, I think it's a brilliant way to go about that thought process. You can really create your strategy around around that discovery process, right? So anyway, really smart idea to do the 5-day in January. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. Yeah, so we're really, new year, new you, right? 2024 content strategy, livestreamingpros.com/5-day. This is where you are going to get registered. You're going to go there and you're just going to fill in your information and you're going to get registered. And you can figure out exactly how it all works and what it is that we're going to be doing. But essentially, I am going to walk you through a series of exercises in 5 days that will gain you clarity about your strategy, your content and video strategy for 2024, and understand how you're going to be driving results to grow your business, but in a way that's impactful, that's making a difference, that's human and authentic. The last thing I want you to do is just do what everybody else does. I hate traditional marketing, techniques. I hate doing things and content where it feels like you're just trying to copy somebody else. Like, my whole goal for you is to find a way to make it authentic to you. And so we talk a lot about that in my programs, and that's a piece of this 5-day challenge. Super helpful. Thank you. Right now it's a daily forecast, but I have thrown in some snow videos from our current storm. Nice. Some weather explainers is a great idea. Yeah. So I always encourage you when you are really getting started with okay, I love weather. I really want to geek out about weather and build a community and a business around weather. Then what you want to do is kind of look out there. What are other people doing in this space so that you can understand what the audiences actually are enjoying, right? And also what you are looking to do, right? So sometimes when we're just making those decisions in silo in our own head, I have conversations with other creators about this all the time, and I get in my own head too. When we're in silo making these decisions, it's like, I could do this. I love this idea. But then what if that, or what if that goes wrong, or what about this? And then maybe I could do this, and then, I could do this, and then I could reformat it this way. And our heads just start spinning over and over and over. I see it. And even with my own self, I have a group of content creators that I also work through out of the silo of my head, these issues or these concepts or these ideas, so that it's fogging up so much here that I can't see the snow anymore. But so that we don't put ourselves in harm's way because we're trying to do it in our heads and there's no outside input. So sometimes knowing what other people are doing can give you kind of direction as well. So that's one of the reasons that this challenge is done in a group environment. It's private, it's a no judgment zone, and everybody is super supportive of each other. And it helps you kind of talk through these things so that you have a group of connected community members who are all going through the same thing that you are and helping each other make decisions. I coach on this stuff. That's what I do. And still, when I'm making a new decision around content, I need support of other people to see where I'm not seeing. We cannot see our challenges, our way out of our challenges. It's a lot of times, right? You learn to, but it's difficult. And so that's why we have this group that is just really ready to help each other, which is so fun to watch. Happy Saturday. What's up, Gloria? I'm streaming on a Saturday. I'm working this weekend for the most part. I'm snowed in, so I can't do much of anything else. Well, not really snowed in yet, but there's snow on the ground and it's going to get heavier. So I hope that you enjoy your bike ride. I certainly wouldn't. Oh, you're in Arizona. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to grow by starting. I have helped so many this year. I will start streaming and grow myself. Fantastic. I love that commitment. Own it and come join us in the 5-day challenge. If you have a business in mind, if you know what you want to be doing to grow a business structure on the back end, and when I say that, I mean like courses, consults. Do you want to do sponsorships? Do you want to have a team? Do you want to do it solo? Like, there are lots of decisions that you can make. That all doesn't have to happen now. But what is it that you're doing? Do you have a physical product line? Do you have a digital product line? How is it that you're making money currently or want to? And let's build your content strategy around it. All right, Dan is in. Who else is in? Say me if you're in on the 5-day challenge. Awesome to hear you doing 5-day challenge, smart strategy. It worked so well last year. People freaking loved it. Like I said, I was just floored when people said, oh my gosh, Luria, I have paid $2,000 products that are supposed to teach me this same thing, and I didn't get as much from those $2,000 products that I did in a 5-day free challenge. So my heart is just overwhelmed with joy that I can provide that much value to you. And it's not just me, I've got the structure. You show up, you do the work, and you stay engaged, and you listen to others, and you support each other. You're going to get the support that you need to make the decisions that you need to make your content strategy so much more powerful in 2024. Okay. We're not supposed to talk about that publicly. Shh, shh, shh. Maybe this will work as my strategy at the moment, not gonna lie. Totally hear you. You are not abnormal. Like, most people start out that way. And that's why this challenge will really help you get clarity around, let's not rely on maybe it'll work, right? Like, let's get intentional. And that also being said, let's just be honest, while you can have clarity, you can have intention, you can know that the direction that you're going is strong, there will be things within that strategy that maybe you're going to make a pivot, maybe you're going to make a change, maybe you're going to do it a different way. Even this year for my own content, I got, again, really clear on my goals, my vision of this company and where we're going in the future. That was the majority of last year, is me really resetting my expectations of this business and the content that we are going to create this year. And I'm just super pumped about where we're going. But within all of that, like, I know I have that clarity. Within all of that, there will be things that we do or videos that we make that don't perform the way we want them to. But overall, it's going to have a clear, intentional strategy. And so that's what I can help you with inside of the 5-day challenge. I know. Let's see. Okay. Then you have people who wake up in the middle of the night to catch you live. Yes, yes, exactly. Wait, hold on. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Renee Ritchie is also Creator Liaison. He's not using the Creator Liaison account, but just so you know, he works at YouTube, so he understands the algorithm. Tries really hard to not have an opinion on content type. It just wants to make the audience happy. That'll vary from channel to channel. And if all of those formats all appeal to the same audience, they'll do well on the same channel. If they don't, do better on separate channels. There's, by the way, if you are streaming, there was a new video released this week on the creator channel, on the YouTube channel, that is all about live streaming. So really good insight. A lot of the stuff you've heard on this channel before, but I really enjoyed a couple of the pieces of way of looking at certain things when it comes to live streaming. So that video is well worth a watch for sure. Am I that far behind on comments right now? Good morning. How are you? Good to see you, Jennifer. All right. Tech coach, Luria, giving you time and a half. Oh, wait. You're tech coach. You're talking to her. Yeah. Let's see. Yay! I'm back. I had a vet appointment yesterday. I had to make the time. And so I couldn't do it yesterday, but I decided to just go ahead and do it on a Saturday because why not? And do y'all I am actually kind of curious. Do y'all like weekend streams? Just curious. No reason I'm asking. Do you prefer the Friday or weekend streams? Let me know. Larry, on a Saturday. You got so lucky. Oh, it sounds like you do. Okay. Let's see. Sounds fun. You always create a positive environment filled with so much knowledge. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. I do appreciate that. Yes, I'm learning to do 10% of today's tasks that make the most sense. The other 90%, cutting room floor. No worries, onward, upward. Fantastic. I'm proud to see you are getting some traction there and really rolling right along. It's Saturday. Everybody's like, why is Lori on a Saturday? I do watch other weather channels. I've seen some of them grow. Good. We'd never want to copy others, right? But we do want to learn from other channels and other content and other audiences and other creators. Like this is one of the secrets to, and I should do a video on this, but the secrets to success for successful content creators is literally having sounding boards. It's not just one person that's being brilliant. Like when you see big channels, when you see big creators, they're not doing it alone. And if you anticipate that you will figure out all of the right things to do, you can, absolutely, but it's gonna be a much more difficult ride. It's going to be challenging in ways that it doesn't have to be. Even when I got started back in 2005, we had, it was such a small community. YouTube wasn't really even a thing yet. And it was such a small community of creators that we shared everything. And I got away from that for a while. And those were some of my most difficult years. I look back on that and I'm like, yeah, I didn't have sounding boards. I didn't have other people to look at what they're doing, talk about why it's not working or what is working, and get out of my own way. Like, that's where this 5-day challenge starts, is getting you in this group of community members to really support you in making the decisions that you need to make around your content and getting that clarity so that you can be intentional about video in 24. And then our accelerator program, of course, as we open the doors to that program, man, that's some powerful stuff where you have a coach, me, looking at your strategy and saying, let's try this instead, where you have a community of people who are sharing what's working and what's not working for them. And when you have those sounding boards, it makes you go faster so much quicker. Okay. Sorry, I'll get off my little, so many people fail to recognize that early on, and that's where some of the most powerful stuff happens. Okay, Anar's in. Awesome. Oh, thank you so much, Elizabeth. You're so sweet. Sometimes I always was that good enough? Was that good enough? And everybody has to remind me, you over deliver, Luria. That's just honestly one of my it's one of my own internal things. I'm always like, I'm not doing good enough. But I hear you and I appreciate you. Novice, so you don't have to do the challenge. You do have deeper, inside of Accelerator program, you have even deeper content that you can go through that takes some of the things that you're going to work on inside of the challenge and goes deeper with it. If you decide you want some focused effort around making those foundational concepts really strong, like we talked about in the coaching call this week with you, that I would like you to really look at some of the foundational stuff just to really strengthen that up, and that could happen in the challenge in a much quicker environment. So it's up to you. You don't need to, because you have even deeper content, even deeper coaching inside of Accelerator program than the challenge. But it is, it's an option for you. And lots of our Accelerator program people still take the challenge just to get some really focused, motivation almost, right? Like, because it's a period of time, and it's got everybody involved. Oh, sorry, the Creator Insider. I don't know why I can't ever remember that. Creator Insider channel is the YouTube video that I was just talking about, where Renee was interviewing somebody on the live team and really talking live strategy. Again, you'll know some of the concepts from all of my teachings around here, but they had some really cool ways of looking at things that I was like, oh, I like the way she's talking about that, and so I would highly encourage you watching that. Okay, well, it's Saturday, Marco. Callie's not. I tell, if I stream on a Saturday, I tell the team, and Kathleen, your tech coach, shows up anyway, and I super appreciate you, Kathleen, for that. But I always tell them, like, you guys don't have to show up. Like, I can manage it myself, even though it is a little harder. But I'm always willing to. I work on. Dave showed up as well, so I don't know what to tell you. I work on the weekend and Sunday and live stream on Sundays. So yes, okay. Prefer Saturdays. Yeah, weekend streams are fun. Time is relative. A big ball of wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. So this is like the best comment. I think we win an award for best comment right here. I was going to keep this stream short, and here I am going an hour with you again, because I love you and I love hanging out with you, and you guys have such great questions. Friday streams are good. Weekend streams cool. When we can't catch you live, we catch you on replay. How many of you actually do watch the replay? I could look at my analytics for that. I'm working now, so I haven't been able to attend the Friday lives. Glad to see you on today. Good. I was hoping that some other people who don't usually get to join us on Friday would show up today because when I got the appointment for the vet yesterday, I was like, okay, I'm just going to see what happens tomorrow. Like, we'll see. Maybe no one will show up. Maybe more people will show up. Who knows? That's funny. That's funny. Wait, what did I ask you all to say yes to? Because I'm behind on comments. What was it that y'all are saying yes to in the comments, by the way? I can't remember. You can't be controlled. You are very welcome, Marco. I'm glad that you were able to join. Dave, I'm watching on the TV rather than the computer. That's I can tell it's a Saturday. There you go. Antonio, first of all, thank you for being here today. I am so glad that my decision to stream on a Saturday, it just showed up when you needed it. And, I am sorry that you had a kind of a down day yesterday. It happens. And that's kind of goes back to, what I was talking about, like involve yourself in a group, in a community of people who can really, get you out of that, right? And so that's part of what I love about this community as a whole. It's like people talk about, and this is one of the things that I want you to do in 24 is get clarity on not only the content strategy, but how are you going to show up authentically, and what kind of community are you going to build, right? Because the environment matters. And I will say this, like, I've had much larger audiences than I currently do. And in this environment with this channel, like, this is quite honestly the best community that exists, in my opinion, because everybody shows up supporting each other, ready to just give and have fun. And if you're new around here, like, you learn a lot around here, hopefully, like, that's the goal. But also, we just, like, if you're not having fun while learning, like, I'm doing it wrong, right? So I love to just be in a position of service and help and support, and the community that you see here is the same as well. Oh yes, if you're in. Okay. Thank you, Mike. I totally forgot what I said. Say yes. I remembered saying say yes. Oh, you asked if you like Saturday streams. Okay, I asked 2 questions. So that's, well, everybody's saying yes. So I guess to both? I don't know now. So pro tip in a stream, here's what I normally do. And I didn't do this today. I was just like, yes. So normally in a stream, if I'm going to ask a couple of questions, I'll have a different answer that I give you to give me. So for instance, do you like Saturday streams? Say yes in the comments. And then the next thing would be, are you registered for the 5-day challenge? Say me in the comments, or registered, right? Like, so that's a way that you can get engagement, and also, by the way, give feedback. This is at livestreamingpros.com/5day if you want to join us in that challenge. But like, if I'm going to ask a couple of questions, typically I'm aware enough to say like a different answer so that I know when I'm looking at the comments, the yes is for this and the me is for that, right? Yeah, the casual Saturday streams are fun too, but Friday also works. Fantastic. Yeah, that's the annoying thing about the TV is like you can't really comment. So this is an interesting conversation that I was having in my head yesterday or the day before. Because I was actually, no, it was during our accelerator program coaching calls on Monday. We were talking about TV viewing habits versus mobile viewing habits or desktop. And we were looking at some analytics around that. And, you know, there is a conversation happening right now that, you know, the TV environment is increasing. But I definitely wonder if engagement will go way down and people won't realize that that's why. Because the, like, commenting while you're watching on TV is not really feasible, and so you have to have 2 devices at that point. And so that's something I was thinking about this week. I was like, I wonder if engagement is about to drop if viewing on TV goes up. I don't know. I'm so sorry, JV. Yes, like a burpee, we pick ourselves back up. Well said, I guess. You know, 23, and I am working on some content that will kind of talk a little bit about this, but 23 was a really difficult year for me as well. I took a step back from being kind of out there a lot. I didn't do as many videos, and I needed to purge the old of me, and like I wound up dealing with a lot of like personal stuff as well, and you know, even down to personal like childhood trauma and stuff like that. So like there was a lot of heaviness in 23. I did a lot of scaling back so that I can scale forward, and it was a really interesting year. It was really difficult but really powerful, and I'm so thankful for it, so grateful for it, and I'm kind of glad that it all happened in 1 year because now I can just be like letting go and let's move on. Yeah, this community seems so positive. I like the vibes here. Yeah, like most people say, you know, my YouTube comments are toxic and blah, blah, blah. But like, and as you scale, like that's harder and harder to control for sure as you grow. But like, I don't get that. Like we have very few, like, cause the community is so intentionally grown, intentionally done. And that's one of the things that you have to do with your own content, right? Is be intentional about how you're building the community, not just the content strategy. Infotainment for sure. Thank you. Yay! You learned so much. I like to hear that. I've got my laptop on the arm of my company. Yeah, it's the common inputting, multitasking. Yeah, you have to be willing to multitask. I'm a boomer and don't own a TV. I watch everything. So this is interesting. I actually don't either. Well, I do. I have 2 TVs, but they're for our virtual events. But I only very recently, like I've had them here for years. And since our virtual event in 21, I think is when we did that. 21, I think. Expand your reach. Anyway. I like anything I was gonna watch, I watched on my like computer, but only very recently did I turn on the Apple TV that's on that thing and to actually watch on the TV. Like, I'm not a big TV person, I guess. Oh, nice. What? Where did you find that? My goodness. Watching on the TV, on typing on the phone at once while watching the stream. So everybody's giving us 2 views per person around here, it looks like. Okay, cool. That's awesome. I'm so glad that you had that. That's great. Oh no! Oh no! I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better. Well done doing it anyway. But also take care of yourself. Prioritize your health and your happiness, okay? Yes, exactly. All right, you guys. Everybody. So we basically have half the people watching that is on the viewership. Wait, view as per like device, not IP, right? I should know that, but yeah, I think so. There you goes couch potato. No, I wanted to do this stream here and not from the professional studio because that's part of what I'm asking you to do is just take action. You don't have to have all of the fancy stuff, all of the pro stuff. It's helpful and it does add credibility and there are reasons to do that. And right now, if you are procrastinating, if you're getting in your own way, if you're starting and stopping and starting and stopping, and if you don't have the traction that you're looking for, then what I'm asking you to do is join us in this free 5-day challenge where I'm going to give you specific exercises every single day, tell you exactly what I want you to say and do and decide on. You're going to go live in our private environment, and that will be, it's a non-judgmental, safe zone, and you will be able to talk through these decisions. You will be able to do the work to make sure that you have a 2024 content strategy that's actually going to grow your community and grow your business in an authentic way. It's not just about growth. Like, let's not get hung up on subscribers. Let's get hung up on having a bigger impact and making a bigger differences. So as Kathleen says, no excuses or procrastination. Grab what you have and just jump in. That's why I did it from here, just because I was like, oh, couch potato. Oh, I got you. Watching from TV. Anyway, on the rant anyway. So livestreamingpros.com/5day. Join us there. And let us know in the comments if you're registered. I am super pumped to do this. Like I said, last year we had so many people get a huge amount of value from it, gaining clarity for what they needed to, decisions that they needed to make in order to start seeing traction. I love this community. I actually really enjoyed doing this on a Saturday. Getting snowed in right now currently, but I can't see because my windows are not very energy efficient because they're all like we've got condensation. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on a weekend, and I will see you next week. We kick that challenge off next week, and I'll see you with some videos that I've got coming up. I've actually got right behind here. I was like, don't move the camera. Right off camera, I have a new product that I've got under embargo, and that's all I can tell you. So I'm going to be working on that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Go register for that 5-day challenge if you haven't already. Let's get intentional about your content strategy in 24. Make it focused on making a difference and authentic to you and to your audience. All right, I'll see you soon. Everybody, put on those dancing shoes and dance your own way out because I don't have any songs on this computer. Bye. Say bye, abs. Say bye. Bye, abs.